So last week, if you remember, last class, what did we study about Stanislavski? Can anybody explain what part of Stanislavski we study?
So we talked a little bit about the internal monologue.
What is the theory called? Method acting. Right?
Method of acting.
Method of acting. And what is method acting?
The Strasberg's method, which is extreme level. You have to live like a character to act like one.
Absolutely. And his theory, he renamed it as method of acting to accommodate Strasberg in the same slot. So Strasberg was very different, right? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to play. Today we are going to discuss. Actually, the title of my presentation is his biography. But what we are also studying through his biography is the social sciences that impacted his method acting or method of acting. What are the social sciences which had an effect on it? And this will be part of a project which all of you will do. That's why I made it compulsory for all of you to present in class today. All of you will be broken up into teams and of 4 each, and then you will be asked to make a project. You will be researching in that particular area, that particular topic in social science, and then you will be making a presentation of of the social science collaborating with Stanislavski's thought process. Okay, so I'll just start with it. And as usual, I request all of you to take turns to read it out and speak the portion that I tell you. Okay. So the first presentation, the opening slide, Konstantin Sergeyevich Stanislavski. And I'm going to start the first slide. Who's reading the first page?
So I can go.
Go ahead.
Born Konstantin Sergeyevich Alexeyev, he was a Russian, January 17, 1863, August 7, 1938. He was a Russian actor and theatre director.
Okay, this is clear that he is a very famous Russian actor and director. Next bullet you also read.
Stanislavski's innovative contribution to modern European and American realistic acting has remained at the heart of mainstream Western performance.
Okay. Is this coming in the way? Should I raise it? Last
Yes.
slide.
So there's something on the
Last line says training for much of the last century.
Yes,
Okay.
and now I can see it. Western performance training for much of the last century.
Who was reading the last slide?
So I was Shreyanshu.
Shreyanshu, as usual, you're the first. Very good. Okay, Shreyanshu, just read this paragraph out.
Career. In 1885, Stanislavski studied at the Moscow Theatre School, where students were encouraged to mimic the theatrical tricks and conventions of their tutors. Disappointed by this approach, he left after 2 weeks and instead went to study at the Mali Theatre, where he learned to rehearse well, appear fresh during performances, and extract energy from the other stage players rather than the audience.
Okay, so what is wrong? What is the harm of extracting energy from the audience? Can anybody say? Besides the answer.
Sir, can you repeat what you asked?
Read the last line in this presentation before you, then you will understand.
One reason could be that the audience may not always have the same energy that is supposed to be used for the play to work properly, and different people in the audience might have different sort of energy, so it might clash a lot.
That's a very good answer. And yes, and obviously they've come to relax. They've not come to give energy to the actors. Better the actors take energy from each other. And another thing, we had a problem we've discussed it before. The problem we had with Moscow Theatre School was that actors were encouraged to mimic the theatrical tricks and conventions of the theatre. You remember what we had a discussion about the difference between mimicry and acting? Does
Yes, sir.
anybody remember? Yes. Who?
Sir, so in that basically they discussed how in mimicking the emotions, the portrayal was not that great as compared to if you think of a memory and then try to act based on that.
Yeah, and very correct. And also, Bandar Bande ki kya zarurat? All the big actors, the top actors, they don't mimic. But does Marlon Brando mimic anybody else? Or did Marilyn Monroe mimic anybody else? She was herself. So was Devanand, so was Shah Rukh Khan. Whatever they had their own style. Devanand had a particular style. So these actors don't. So why should mimicry be considered great when the great actors are the ones who never mimic? Right? Next, who's going to read this?
So may I go?
Sir, I'll go.
Okay,
It's okay.
read the title first.
You want to go?
Yeah.
Stanislavski's enlightenment came mostly from his
What is
encounter
the
of
title? Wait. What is the title?
okay, Tommaso Salvini in Othello.
Okay, now read.
Stanislavski's enlightenment came mostly from his encounter of Italian master actor Tommaso Salvini's portrayal in Othello. Stanislavski thought Salvini was a tiger of passion, full of truthfulness, power, artistry, graceful movement, and perfection.
Is it clear? Do you want to explain it?
So he basically took inspiration from this person, right?
Yeah, and those two pictures you see on the side, they are of Salvini. Okay. Now you see how much influence Salvini had on him. Look at this. Read this slide also. Go ahead.
Stanislavski as Othello. Stanislavski shaved his goatee and trimmed his mustache like Salvini, and at 25 adopted the name Stanislavski, unsurprisingly similar to Salvini's name.
So this was not his original name, it was adopted. Okay. Who's reading the next slide?
So I'll go.
Go ahead.
Name and fame. Stanislavski began attaining a reputation throughout Moscow as a modern and innovative director with such productions as Uriel Acosta, Othello, where Stanislavski traveled to Venice for costumes and artifacts, and The Polish Jew in 1987.
1890. Right? So just imagine they traveled all the way to it was so important. It is so important in Stanislavski's method acting theatre because it's realistic theatre. तो उसके लिए अगर हमको कॉस्ट्यूम के लिए वेनिस भी जाना पड़ता है तो जाएंगे और मॉस्को. Okay. So we traveled that way just to get the right piece of Moscow. Go ahead, read this also.
Vladimir Nemirovich
Nemirovich
Nemirovich Danchenko. In
Danchenko. Read the
Danchenko.
name again.
Vladimir Nemirovich Danchenko.
Okay. Now read it. This is very interesting. I want all of you to see.
In 1897, the society had a slew of failed productions and unmotivated actors. It was then that the critic, teacher, and dramaturg Vladimir Nemirovich Danchenko conversed with Stanislavski for 18 hours about the problems with modern theatre and their desire to create what would be known as the Moscow Art Theatre.
अब ये आप समझते हो, आप लोग हॉस्टल में रहते हो, आपको पता है कि कभी आपके मन में कोई चीज अखड़ती है, आप अपने एक यार को पकड़ते हो, उसको बोलते हो यार this thing is bothering, and they had a chat for 18 hours non-stop. बीच में they must have taken coffee breaks or whatever, and they had a long discussion because उसके लिए it was very important, you know, to get the right thing. He was one of those actors who was a seeker. Do people realize the advantage of being a seeker? या अगर आप किसी चीज को जम के काम करना है तो क्या करोगे? अगर आपको रिसर्च करना है तो आप क्या करोगे? You will go to all the, go ahead, sorry, go ahead.
उस चीज के बारे में स्टडी करेंगे जिसके बारे में रिसर्च करना चाहते हैं,
और स्टडी करेंगे और डिस्कस भी करोगे ना एक दूसरे के साथ, ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग करोगे. मैं जब सेंट्रल वाटर कमीशन के डिजाइन एंड रिसर्च विंग में था, तो हम लोगों के पास अगर कोई टेक्निकल प्रोजेक्ट आता था, कोई डैम की फाउंडेशन में कोई प्रॉब्लम है या कुछ है, तो हम लोग मिल के एक दूसरे के रूम में जाके, केबिन में जाके डिस्कस करते थे. अभी यूज्ड टू हैव राउंड टेबल कॉन्फ्रेंसेस on how to solve this problem. This is called brainstorming. We all do it when we are doing, we are trying to arrive at a solution. So this was an 18-hour long discussion. उसके बाद क्या होता है? Read this next slide also. Who's reading?
the
Sir, I
most
can read.
the Moscow Art Theatre. In 1897, he Art Theatre MAT with Vladimir Nemirovich Danchenko, but the theatre started operating in 1898. The first production MAT produced was the critically acclaimed and previously censored Tsar Fyodor by Alexei Tolstoy. Anton Chekhov's The Seagull was also performed. Stanislavski beautified and innovated Chekhov's script, and it created shock in the audiences.
So, you know, these two are very famous authors, Alexei Tolstoy and Anton Chekhov. Anton Chekhov is a playwright, and a lot of his plays are done. So these are the giants of literature of that time. And Chekhov, you are very correct. The V is pronounced as F. Please read the next one. Now, this is the first social theory that we are talking about, which influenced Stanislavski. Okay. Go ahead.
Can I start, sir?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Psychological realism. According to Mel Gordon, his detailed realism transformed the most commonplace scene into an orchestrated display of minute effects. something modern had been born. The MAT had created what became known as psychological realism.
That's the most important thing. What do you understand by this term psychology? Just mark, tukka maro.
I guess so. It means that something which is real to the audience because the person depicting it made it real for them and connected with their minds to make them feel that they're living it
Wonderful
inside their
answer.
mind.
Wonderful answer. And made it real psychologically also.
Yeah.
उसकी जो भावनाएं हैं, उसके जो मन का उतार चढ़ाव है, उसको recreate किया एक तरह से. Through the various techniques which we have already discussed in the last class, right? The method of acting techniques. Okay, read this also.
Psychological realism embodied hidden conflicts within relationships, which expose that which is so embedded in everyday life.
So what is a hidden conflict in a relationship?
Hidden conflicts could be multiple things within relationships as well as like within people's own minds, like from small things to small white lies to could be as big as hiding something major or like manipulating each other's behavior every day a little bit. Could be mixed of anything. It's a very broad concept, I think.
Very good. That's a good answer. And it also means आप कई चीजें होती है ना जो हम लोग अपने मन में रख देते हैं, बताते नहीं. So this is what creates conflict if you are not frank. So read this next one, House of Chekhov.
House of Chekhov. MAT became known as the House of Chekhov as they produced Chekhov's melancholic plays. Through the playwright himself always insisted they were comedies, like Uncle Vanya, Three Sisters, and the Cherry Orchard.
Okay, melancholic versus comedy. Melancholic एक तरह का किस तरह का ये होता है?
It means like something a bit sad,
Yeah, very
tragic.
correct. Very correct. So there was a conflict. Somebody thought that they were comedies. The playwright himself, Chekhov, said they are comedies. But it depends ना, वही एक ही चीज को मैं दो अलग तरह से produce कर सकता हूँ. I can depict the same thing in two different ways, right? तो ये नाम आप लोग ध्यान रखो, अंकल वानिया, थ्री सिस्टर्स, चेरी ऑर्चर्ड, ये सारे चेकऑफ के नाटक हैं. अगर आप लोगों को मौका लगे तो you see, I had purchased some 300 books in the library, from the library I had asked them to purchase on theatre. So if you people want to study plays and all that, and if you want to do a play of your own during the final listing, then you should go to the lab. Unfortunately, library is not available right now with you. Anyway, we'll be giving you plays from here online. And you can use those plays, or if you have any script anywhere, you can also do it. Right? Next would be the artistic
So
divinity.
I can go.
Go ahead.
Artistic divinities. The group traveled to Germany, Eastern Europe, where they were so admired that one German playwright called them artistic divinities. Parades were made in their honor as the Europeans never saw such brilliant theatre.
Okay, अब वो हॉलीवुड और बॉलीवुड का जमाना नहीं था, तो थिएटर का जमाना. तो देखो इनकी परेड निकल रही है, कितना कितना सम्मान मिला इनको एक्टर्स को. डिविनिटी, ये लोग बड़े डिवाइन है. जैसे हम लोग बॉलीवुड के एक्टर्स को गॉड समझते लोग उनकी वर्शिप करते हैं, हीरो वर्शिप, वैसे ही दे वर आर्टिस्टिक डिविनिटी. ओके, read the next also.
Acting system. Upon returning to Russia, Stanislavski fell into an artistic crisis, where his acting and directing became erratic, as he professed his lack of fulfillment and inspiration. He went to Finland with his wife to vacation and came back to give birth to his acting system that would change what it means to be an actor.
Okay, I want you to read this once more. For the simple reason that it's a very important paragraph.
Upon returning to Russia, Stanislavski fell into an artistic crisis.
Okay. So आर्टिस्टिक क्राइसिस क्या हुआ, अंदर उसके मन में एक द्वंद पैदा हो गया है कि नहीं?
Yes.
ये होता है ना कि कभी लाइफ में आपके एग्जिस्टेंशियल क्राइसिस हो जाता है कि मैं जीवित क्यों हूँ?
Every day, sir. रोज होता है, sir.
क्या? I can't hear you. Can you repeat?
Existential crisis is every day, sir.
Oh, especially during COVID times, right?
Yeah.
You are very right. Okay, next line you read. Where is acting?
So, are you talking to me or Aryaman?
I am talking to the person who was speaking. You.
Okay.
Here I can't tell who's speaking because I have the slide in front of me, so I can't tell. You'll have to tell me who you are. Okay.
Sir, I'm Navidha. The person who was speaking before me was Aryaman.
Okay, Navidha, you speak.
Okay. Where his acting and directing became erratic, as he professed his lack of fulfillment and inspiration. He went on to Finland with his wife to vacation and came back to give birth to his acting system that would change what it means to be an actor.
So sometimes, Navidha, holiday also makes a big difference, right?
Yes, sir.
दिमाग के जो सारे arteries हैं, veins हैं, वो खुल जाती हैं.
Yes, sir, definitely.
Okay, Navidha, read the next slide also.
Method. Stanislavski organized his realistic techniques into a coherent and usable method, thanks to its promotion and development by acting teachers who were former students and the many translations of his theoretical writings. Sorry.
Okay, so this is clear. What is written here?
Yes, sir.
Navidha, can you read the next one also?
Sure, sir. System. Stanislavski's system acquired an unprecedented ability to cross cultural boundaries and developed an international reach, dominating debates about acting in the West.
So, do we see something similar happening in the Indian subcontinent? आपको पता है कि बॉलीवुड फिल्म में पाकिस्तान में कितनी पॉपुलर है?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
तो ये अनफॉर्चुनेटली वी आर एट वॉर विद ईच अदर. नहीं तो एक जमाने में हिंदुस्तानी फिल्में पाकिस्तान में दिखाई जाती थी और इंडियन एक्टर्स के बहुत सारे पाकिस्तानी फैन. तो ये जो हो गया ना कि क्रॉस कल्चरल बाउंड्रीज एंड इंटरनेशनल बीच, दिस इज ट्रू फॉर बॉलीवुड. हॉलीवुड के लिए तो बहुत ही ज्यादा है. बॉलीवुड तो अब जाके इंटरनेशनली वो हुआ है पिछले 10 साल. Okay, who's going to read the next slide? Oh, one second. Yeah.
May I go?
Go ahead, please go ahead.
System. His method resulted from a persistent struggle to remove the blocks he encountered. He developed a theorized practices in which practice is used as a mode of inquiry and theory as a catalyst for creative development.
So a praxis is what? It's a kind of a practical theory, right? Theory of practice. So he developed a theorized praxis in which practice is used as a mode of inquiry and theory as a catalyst. ठीक है? अब आप लोग क्या करोगे? जब आप परफॉर्म करोगे तो you will be using the practice as a mode of inquiry. And theory, in any case you are studying, which you will be using as a catalyst to create a development. Okay, read the next one also.
Aquinas College. Stanislavski believed that after seeing young actors at Aquinas College in Moscow, he could see why theater needs to change to a more disciplined endeavor.
Right? वहां जाके उसने रियलाइज किया कि थिएटर needs to be more disciplined. Go ahead.
To realism, Stanislavski's work was as important to the development of socialist realism in the USSR as it was to the psychological realism in the United States.
आपने देख लिया दो तरह की realism.
Yes,
Some
sir.
of you are aware of political theory. Some of you, I'm asking, not everybody. Marxism, capitalism, ये छोटी मोटी चीजें थोड़ा बहुत तो पता है आपको.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let's find out what is socialist realism. These are hyperlinked to the slide. So will you also read this?
Sure, sir. Yeah. Socialist realism. Socialist realism is a teleologically oriented style of realistic art which has its purpose the furtherance of the goals of the socialism and communism. Although related, it should not be confused with social realism, a type of art that realistically depicts subjects of social concern.
So socialism and social are two different things, right? Social can be a family drama also. The socialism is about principles of left. ठीक है ना? Does anybody want to throw a light on Stalin and Marxism or anything that you know? Rest you will be researching in any case. Okay, I'm going back to the original slide. Now we are going to go in the USSR also. And America में psychological realism was more important. So realistic films जैसी बनती हैं America में. More about life and all, not about politics. So please read next. Whoever read socialist realism, please read psychological realism also. पढ़िए.
Psychological realism. Realism was a general movement in the late 19th century that steered theatrical texts and performances towards greater fidelity to real life. The realist dramatist Thomas William Robertson in Britain, Henrik Ibsen and August Strindberg in Scandinavia, and Anton Chekhov and Maxim Gorky in Russia, among others, as well as Eugene O'Neill in the United States of America, rejected the complex and artificial plotting of the well-made play and instead present a theatrical verisimilitude that would more objectively portray life as recognizable to the audience.
And it's बहुत famous. I actually acted in a play written by Henrik Ibsen. It was called The Doll's House. It was the world's first feminist play. See, but it was done in a realistic style. Okay. And I remember we went to perform this in Shimla, in Gaiety Hall. That was another one very great thing about theatre is that you can travel to different places and perform between different audiences. अच्छा, bottom पे क्या लिखा है?
This is for Stalin.
Okay, now did you see Stalin's picture?
Yes, sir, in the previous slide.
In the period, let's have a look at it for those who didn't. Oh, yeah, look at this picture of Stalin. And he was a very, what kind of person was he? He was a very cruel person. But here he's got this picture with small children. दिखाने के लिए कि मैं बच्चों को बहुत प्यार करता हूँ, that I'm a soft and tender person. So this is all what you call, it's all publicity, self-publicity. Okay, who will read modernism in avant-garde?
Sir, I'll go.
Go ahead.
Modernism, avant-garde. Modernism describes a series of reforming cultural movements in art and architecture, music, literature, and the applied arts, which emerged roughly in the period of 1884 to 1914.
Okay, so this cultural movement, the art, architecture, music, literature, and applied. I think this would take us to the wiki page. So that okay. So this you can study on the wiki page, right? Let me go back. I think this is not shared the wiki page.
Yes, sir.
I have to get rid of it. Can you see better now?
No, sir.
I have to stop this sheet. I have to go back to the PowerPoint presentation. I'll have to try to avoid oh, we are back on the page. Can you see modernism avant-garde? No.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So who's going to read? We'll jump these. I will expect you to go and read it yourself. Okay. So what we are doing, going towards it, then we're getting stuck. Because of just is on Zoom. Okay, read the next paragraph, next bullet.
The term covers many political, cultural, and artistic movements rooted in the changes in Western society.
Okay, so all these movements are there in the Western. Okay. Naturalism.
Naturalism. Naturalism is a movement in theater, film, and literature that seeks to replicate a believable everyday reality, as opposed to such movements as Romanticism or Surrealism, in which subjects may receive highly symbolic, idealistic, or even supernatural treatment.
Okay, so you understand the difference between reality and romanticism. Romanticism
So
होता है एक तरह का idealism, right? Yeah, somebody was saying I interrupted. बोलो.
No, sir, I was just saying, can you repeat the question?
I'm saying what is the difference between realism and romanticism?
So not sure.
Romanticism could be still idealism also, and kind of like fantasy which people want to live.
Beautiful, very good, excellent. Okay, can you read the next bullet?
Naturalistic writers were influenced by the evolution theory of Charles Darwin.
डार्विन की थ्योरी पता है ना?
Yes, sir.
क्या है, याद है आपको?
Survival of the fittest.
Yeah. So next, who's going to read? एक सेकंड, नेचुरलिज्म के ऊपर bullet है. Okay, we'll come back to that. Influences, we already studied this. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to Who is going to read this? Stanislavski?
I can go.
Go ahead.
Many actors routinely identify the system with the American method, although the latter's exclusively physiological techniques contrast sharply with Stanislavski's multivariant, holistic, and psychological approach.
Psychophysical approach.
Sorry, psychophysical approach,
Yeah.
which explores character and action both from the inside out and outside in.
So what do you understand by inside out and outside?
Inside out, so basically means like what are the internal feelings get expressed on the outer surface of the body, means the actions you do.
Very good. And how the outside has it. And what do you understand by psychophysical?
Psychophysical is how mind and body moves together, means act together or move together, how they both are interacting means working together.
Yeah, and in Grotowski's method and Badal Sarkar's method, we use psychophysical approach, which Stanislavski they claim also use. Okay.
Yes, sir.
आगे पढ़िए next.
System focused on the development of artistic truth on stage by teaching actors to live the part during the performance. Despite being primarily known the United States of Realism, Stanislavski developed the system to be applied to all forms of theater, directing and producing melodrama, vaudeville, opera, etc. in order to create an ensemble of actors.
Ensemble
of actors all working together as an artistic unit. He began organizing a series of studios in which young actors were trained in his system.
So there is a system called a repertory theatre. Repertory theatre in which actors live together in a kind of a community, rehearse together. National School Drama की repertory company है, जहाँ पे actors full time काम करते हैं. So कई बार they can date in the night also, or they live nearby, they work together. एक LTG repertory भी है और NLT की repertory. पहले एक शीला भाटिया की भी रेपर्टी होती थी, वो अनफॉर्चुनेटली की डेथ हो गई. शी वाज अ मदर ऑफ ओपेरा इन इंडिया. Unfortunately, she's gone and there are no more opera directors. Okay. Who's leading this Stanislavski system?
So
Go ahead, please.
Stanislavski's system. At first studio of MAT, actors were instructed to use their own memories in order to naturally express emotion. Stanislavski soon observed that some of the actors using or abusing emotional memory were given to hysteria.
आपको याद है, we have discussed this hysteria कि जो in some folk form traditions also, the actors they go into a trance. Did we discuss this? If we haven't, I just want to tell you कि यहाँ पे
No, sir, we haven't.
तो ये ट्रेडिशन था कि आप अपने आप को इतना बहा दो भावनाओं में कि लोग कहते हैं इसको भूत चढ़ गया. भूत कुछ नहीं होता था, वो यूज्ड सेल्फ हिप्नोसिस करके एक्टर यूज्ड टू गो इनटू अ ट्रांस. इन इंडिया आल्सो इट यूज्ड टू हैपन, नॉट एवरीवेयर बट सम वन और द folk forms or the other. And even in America they were using emotional memory to get into, if you're crying so you, तो लोग कहेंगे वाह वाह वाह, ऑडियंस को भी रुला दो आप. So Stanislavski, of course, he was much more scientific and he did not recommend this particular. Okay. Whereas in India, there are also many other systems which are very close to, they are very close to Bertolt Brecht's type of theatre, which is indifferent, which is not so emotional. So हिंदुस्तान में तो बहुत जबरदस्त वैरायटी थिएटर्स की और परफॉर्मेंसेस की. By the way, in my magazine stagebuzz.in, You will find a lot of our own students have written articles on folk forms of theatre, dance, all kind of things. I will share those links with all of you so that people can expand your mind in that way. Okay. So next, who's reading this? Go ahead.
I think I can read, sir.
Go ahead, please.
Stanislavski system. Although he never disavowed emotional memory as an essential tool in the actor's kit, he began searching for less draining ways of accessing emotion, eventually emphasizing the actor's use of imagination and belief in given circumstances of the text rather than his private and often painful memories.
Will anybody explain this, or will you explain it?
Sure. So basically, Stanislavski started believing that if people use their own memories, so in a way they relive it. They have to relive it every time they are using that method to act, and this could cause more problems for the actor because he'll be in constant conflict with his own self, and that will create unresolved issues within himself.
Right.
So instead, people can use imagination and beliefs, which are basically just like fictional things, to express the same or similar emotions.
Very good. Very good. Read the next page also.
Stanislavski's system is a systemic approach to training actors. This system is at some point different from, but not a rejection of what he states earlier in effective memory. At the beginning, Stanislavski proposed that actors study and experience subjective emotions and feelings and manifest them to audiences by physical and vocal means, theater language.
Okay. So that's very clear. That's repeating what was there in the earlier slide. Can you also read this next page?
Sure, sir. The method of physical actions. While his system focused on creating truthful emotions and then embodying these, he later worked on the method of physical actions. This was developed at the Opera Dramatic Studio from the early 30s and worked like emotion memory in reverse. The focus was on the physical actions inspiring truthful emotion and involved improvisation and discussion. The focus remained on reaching the subconscious through the conscious.
Last time we also saw a video on this. We had quite a lot of discussion on method of physical action. Can you explain this, what you just said, and give an example, for example?
Sir, I can.
Okay.
Maybe I can try. Like sir, पहले वो क्या कर रहा था? पहले वो इमोशन या मेमोरी से फिजिकल एक्शन ला रहा था, बट वो फिजिकल एक्शन से एक मेमोरी सेट कर रहा है ताकि वो कॉन्शियसली जो वो कर रहा है उसके सबकॉन्शियस माइंड में स्टोर हो जाए और फिर वो फ्रीक्वेंटली उसे कर पाए, जैसे रिफ्लेक्स एक्शन में.
करेक्ट. तो अगर कोई चीज को बगैर अपने आप को ट्रेन किए हुए, अगर मैं जैसे एक एग्जांपल में बार बार देता हूँ, बड़ा ड्रामेटिक लगता है कि जब जज डेथ सेंटेंस थमा देता है किसी को, तो अपनी पेंसिल तोड़ देता है, अपनी फ्रस्ट्रेशन दिखाता है वेरी ड्रामेटिकली. और when two people are, somebody had a loss, another person comes and puts a hand on that person's shoulder. That's a method of physical action. कुछ कहने की जरूरत नहीं है, कोई लंबे चौड़ी स्पीच देने की जरूरत नहीं. मैंने आपके कंधे पे हाथ रख दिया, मेरी भावनाएं आपको कम्युनिकेट हो जाए. So it can be anything. It can be that frustration से उसके कोई suddenly अपना सिगरेट जलाना शुरू कर दे, ये भी है ना एक physical action. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Can anyone think of any other physical action that you do in case of any circumstance? कोई भी example.
Just a simple nod, acknowledging nod would do a trick.
ठीक है. Good, good. Anybody else? Any other example? कई बार कुछ लोग चीजें फेंकना शुरू कर देते हैं गुस्से में। देखा है आपने?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ये भी एक फिजिकल एक्शन है, गुस्से की एक्सप्रेस कर रहा है, तोड़ दिया। बचपन में तो lot of children used to do this and still do. या आप कहीं जाके छिप जाते हो, आप सल करते हो, कुछ करते हो। There are many methods of physical action which express. या अभी आजकल एक पर्टिकुलर पॉलिटिशियन ने बोला है कि मैं मौन व्रत रखूं, तो ये हर एक का अपना अपना तरीका है। नेक्स्ट, who will read the next page?
I can read it.
Please,
The
go ahead.
method of physical actions. The method of physical actions is in no way a rejection of his early interest in sense and effective memory. At no time did he ever reject the notion of emotion memory. He simply found other means of accessing emotions, among them the absolute belief in given circumstances, the exercise of the imagination, and the use of the physical action.
Would you like to explain this? If there's
Um,
something you, yeah, go ahead, please.
Yeah, it basically says that he does not think that his previous method was wrong or that he's like completely disregarding it, but he's just finding other ways to access the emotions that he needs to show. And this is like among them is the absolute belief in given circumstances, meaning that like in certain circumstances where the memory is way too painful to access on stage, he would prefer the method of physical actions instead.
Very good. आप लोग बहुत अच्छी तरह समझ। ये हम बुलेट इनको देख चुके हैं through this hyperlinks. All these we have studied. Naturalism, symbolism we've not studied. One second. Naturalism तो हो गया। हाँ, ये नहीं हुआ। Somebody can do symbolism. Who wants to read?
Symbolism. Symbolism was a late 19th century art movement of French and Belgian origin in poetry and other arts.
ओके, ये तो वो उसका डिस्क्रिप्शन हो गया। फ्रेंच एंड बेल्जियन ओरिजिन है पोएट्री में। आगे पढ़िए।
Symbolism was largely a reaction against naturalism and realism, anti-idealistic movements which attempted to capture reality in its gritty particularity and to elevate the humble and the ordinary over the ideal.
So that's clear.
No, sir, can you explain?
नहीं, देखो सिंबलिज्म जो था ना, नेचुरलिज्म में तो आप बहुत रियलिस्टिक कर रहे हो। सिंबलिज्म में है कि मैंने आप जैसे आप किसी कंपनी का लोगो है, वो क्या है? उस कंपनी का सिंबल है। थ्रू दैट सिंबल यू आर एक्सप्रेसिंग इट। या कम्युनिस्ट का हैमर एंड सिकल है, वो अपने हाथ में उठा लिया हैमर और सिकल, so we are expressing our support for that particular theory. ये तो बड़ा obvious एग्जांपल दे रहा हूँ। लेकिन symbolism can be anything. आपने एक मुट्ठी पकड़ के दिखा दी ऑडियंस, तो वो अपना रिजोल्यूशन आपने बता दिया। We are expressing symbolism.
सर जैसे हम वो सफेद झंडा दिखाते हैं तो वो हार मानने का सिंबल वैसे
क्या 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 दोबारा बोलो।
सर जैसे हम सफेद झंडा नहीं दिखाते हार मानने के
हाँ
लिए।
हाँ बिल्कुल, that is symbolism. That's a very good example. या अपना झंडा फहराते हो तो that is again a symbolism. नेशनलिज्म का पोर्ट्रे कर रहे हैं। अपनी जो जीत गया वो अपना झंडा, आप माउंटेन पे चढ़ के अपना झंडा गाड़ते हो, वो भी सिंबलिज्म है कि नहीं? राइट? ओके, नाउ हु इज रीडिंग कंस्ट्रक्टिविज्म?
So I can go.
Go ahead, please.
Constructivism. Constructivism was an artistic and architectural movement in Russia from 1919 onwards, especially present after the October Revolution, which dismissed pure art in favor of an art used as an instrument for social purposes, specifically the construction of a socialist system.
तो ये सिंबॉलिक है, इसके जो स्कल्पचर है उसके नीचे पढ़ो क्या लिखा है।
Tatlin Tower, model of the monument to the Third International.
ये एक तरह का क्या समझ में आता है आपको? आप मैं क्यों बोलूं, आप बोलो। क्या समझ में आता है आपको? कंस्ट्रक्टिविज्म स्पेशली सोशलिस्ट कंट्रीज में बहुत ज्यादा होता है। आप अगर वो वहां जाओगे प्लेनेटोरियम में तो बाहर आप देखोगे एक रॉकेट खड़ा है, वो भारत की स्पेस प्रोग्रेस का सिंबल है और वो सिंबलिज्म भी है और कंस्ट्रक्टिविज्म भी है। उस चीज को अपने कंस्ट्रक्ट किया है और वो प्लेटफॉर्म पूरा बनाया उन्होंने जहाँ से टेक ऑफ होता है। आप एक्टर लोग सीढ़ी पे चढ़ के जाके देख भी सकते हैं और ये सामने आपके देखो एक छोटा सा टावर बना हुआ है। तो यहाँ पे टैटलिन टावर जो है इसमें भी एक तरह का कंस्ट्रक्टिविज्म है। क्यों कंस्ट्रक्ट एनीथिंग, जैसे प्रगति मैदान में एक वो होता था पिरामिडिकल बिल्डिंग होती थी जिसमें टेट्रा आइलैंड की तरह सारे अनफॉर्चुनेटली उन्होंने बर्बाद कर दिया, उसको निकाल दिया। तो वो बहुत जबरदस्त कंस्ट्रक्टिविज्म का सिंबल था कि आप अपनी साइंस की इंजीनियरिंग का कमाल दिखा रहे हैं और इसमें अपने नेशन का जो है वो उसकी ग्रेटनेस बता रहे हैं। Does anybody want to add any other example to this?
सर वो जो बीएसएफ कैंप के बाहर आर्टिफिशियल टैंक्स खड़े होते हैं वो हो सकता है कंस्ट्रक्टिविज्म?
आर्टिफिशियल क्या खड़े होते हैं?
सर टैंक्स, यस सर।
You can in a way you can stretch it for physical, वो तो एक तरह का वो आपको ऑब्जेक्ट को दिखा रहे हो। हाँ, you can say it is कंस्ट्रक्टिविज्म। जो अगर उस टैंक की जगह पे अगर आप एक वो रॉकेट लॉन्चर दिखाते हो तो ज्यादा कंस्ट्रक्टिविज्म का एग्जांपल। Anybody else wants to come with some other example?
So can we also say like for example दिल्ली में जब 26 जनवरी या फिर 15 अगस्त होता है तो झांकियाँ निकलती हैं कुछ स्टेट्स की, उनमें कुछ कंस्ट्रक्शंस पोर्ट्रे होते हैं।
बिल्कुल, that's a
Can
very
we
good
say
example.
that is also constructivism?
Of course it is constructive, it is artistic and constructive। उसे पूरा स्ट्रक्चर खड़ा कर देते हैं चलती हुई गाड़ी को, that is definitely constructive and also it's वो झांकी होती है तो आर्टिस्टिक ही है ना, तो उसमें कंस्ट्रक्टिविज्म दिखा रहे हैं, आपके देश की अचीवमेंट दिखा रहे हैं। उसमें अगर आप रॉकेट या एरोप्लेन दिखा रहे हो तो कंस्ट्रक्टिविज्म है। फाइटर प्लेन दिखा रहे हो आप। ओके, रशियन फॉर्मलिज्म, who wants to read this? कौन पढ़ेगा?
So should I go again?
I'll read.
Yeah.
Russian formalism. Russian formalism was an influential school of the literary criticism in Russia from the 1910s to the 1930s. It includes the work of a number of highly influential Russian and Soviet scholars, Viktor Shklovsky, Yuri Tynyanov, Boris Eichenbaum, Roman Jakobson, who revolutionized literary criticism between 1914 and the 1930s by establishing the specificity and autonomy of poetic language and literature.
लिटरेरी क्रिटिसिज्म का मीनिंग समझते हो आप? It's what I've done for almost 10-15 years. I was a critic for Pioneer and later for Midday. I was a theater and film critic. मतलब उसकी अगर कोई परफॉर्मेंस होता था तो उसके बारे में लिखता था या लोगों का इंटरव्यू लेता था। अभी भी करता हूँ, ऐसे तो किसी भी चीज का, जैसे आप कोई कविता है उसको आप डिस्कस करते हो अपने आर्टिकल के थ्रू, तो क्रिटिसिज्म होता है, ठीक है। सो दैट इज क्रिटिसिज्म। तो रशियन फॉर्मलिज्म थोड़ा कॉम्प्लेक्स टॉपिक है, अगर आपको जिसको भी टॉपिक मिलेगा, that person can go deeper into it and understand this Russian formalism. It is not as simple as other topics, but it's also interesting in other. Okay. Anybody else wants to say something about formalism? Okay. I'm going to read it. Who's going to read this? ये नॉन चीजें पर पढ़ ली।
Samaya?
Go ahead.
Affective memory. Affective memory requires the actor to call on the memories he or she felt when they were in a situation similar, or more recently a situation with similar emotional import to that of the character.
Okay, ये तो हम लोग कई बार डिस्कस करते हैं। We won't dwell on this. हाँ, ये लास्ट स्लाइड पे आ गया है ऑलमोस्ट। ये कौन पढ़ेगा? वॉडवील। Who wants to read?
Vaudeville was theatrical
Vaudeville. Vaudeville.
Vaudeville. Vaudeville was theatrically genre of variety entertainment popular in United States and Canada from early 1880s until the early 1930s. Each performer was made up of a series of separate, unrelated acts grouped together on a common bill.
अच्छा, आपकी आवाज थोड़ी फट रही है, there's some problem with the speaker system. पहले जनरल नहीं बोलते हैं, genre, ठीक है? Can somebody else read जिसका माइक थोड़ा बेटर हो?
So I can speak.
Please.
Vaudeville was theatrical genre of variety entertainment popular in the United States and Canada from the early 1880s until the early 1930s. Each performance was made up of a series of separate, unrelated acts grouped together on a common bill.
Can you imagine such performances happening in India? Can you give examples? I'm not saying imagine. Can you give examples? Variety entertainment program. आप लोगों के पैदा होने से पहले के मैं एग्जाम्पल दे सकता हूँ। क्या बहुत छोटे रहे होंगे? सर्कस जो बैन हो गई, उसमें इस तरह की चीजें होती है, हर तरह की चीज होती है। म्यूजिक होता है, बैंड होती है, कॉमेडी होती है, एक्रोबैटिक्स होते हैं, ठीक है। और उससे पहले एक जो बहुत अच्छी होती थी, रामलीला, अनफॉर्चुनेटली अब ये बंदी हो गई बिकॉज ऑफ कोविड। रामलीला में अलग अलग सीन्स को अलग अलग एक्टर्स करते थे, और उसमें बीच बीच में कुछ कॉमेडी भी आ जाती थी, कुछ ब्रेक हो जाता था, और एक ब्रेक इस तरह से वो एक तरह का वैरायटी एंटरटेनमेंट प्रोग्राम था। नाउ लेट अस गो टू द लास्ट स्लाइड। हु इज रीडिंग दिस? आप ही पढ़ो, अभी जिसने पढ़ा है।
Okay. Types of acts included popular and classical musicians, dancers, comedians, trained animals, magicians, female and male impersonators, acrobats, illustrated songs, jugglers, one-act plays, or scenes from plays, athletes, lecturing celebrities, minstrels, and movies. Vaudeville was one of the most popular type of entertainment in North America for several decades.
इवन इन इंडिया, राइट। एक एग्जांपल दे रखा है, तो क्योंकि ये सर्कस का एग्जांपल दिखता है। आपके साइड में देखो, जो तस्वीर है, एक पर वॉडवील शो का है, ट्रोगाडेरो वॉडवील कंपनी का नाम है, और शो का नाम है द सैंडो। तो इसमें तरह तरह की चीजें होती, ठीक है ना। सो यू पीपल कुडंट गिव एग्जांपल, पर तुम लोगों के टाइम अब वो सब चीजें खत्म हो गई। बचपन में हम लोग रात रात भर जाते थे, रामायण देखने के लिए हमारा सर्वेंट हमको ले जाता था, जाके बैठते थे, बड़ा मजा आता। So that's the end of this
Sir,
presentation.
I had a doubt.
बोलिए।
Sir, like when we discussed vaudeville, we talked like it is each performance is made of unrelated acts. But in case of Ram Leela, they're related acts, na?
नो, अगर आप वो रामलीला देखते हैं ना, लगता है आपको रिलेटेड है, उसमें बीच में कोई कुछ भी फालतू सीन डाल देते, यू नो, कि वो
Okay.
एक रामलीला एक्टर के बहुत होता था, वो आ गया स्टेज पे, या कई बार क्या होता था कि रावण ने एक ऐसा, हनुमान ने एक ऐसा जबरदस्त स्पीच दे दिया, उछल उछल के कूद कूद को किया, फिर ऑडियंस से कोई आता था, उसके ऊपर 100 रुपए का नोट घुमा के उसको प्रेजेंट कर देता था। तो दिस गुड फन था, वो एक तरह का खत्म होता है। ये सारे जो कल्चरल शोज हो रहे हैं, जो फोक आर्टिस्ट के जो परफॉर्मेंस होते थे, रात रात भर चलते हैं, गाँव में चलते हैं, सब खत्म हो गया। The sad part is that I can give you an example that I gave a project to some students to do folk dance को study करो, उस पे लिखो और परफॉर्म करो। They were, this is कहाँ देखेंगे या शहर में कहाँ देखेंगे? मैंने उनको बताया कि आप जो है वहाँ जाके देखो। इसके एंड में जो परेड के एंड में होता है ना, तो उसके बाद पीछे सारे फोक ट्राइबल आर्टिस्ट, फोक आर्टिस्ट आते थे और परेड पे परफॉर्म करते थे। उसके बाद तालकटोरा स्टेडियम में वो लोग अलग से प्रॉपर परफॉर्मेंस करते। उस साल हुआ ही नहीं ना, पता चला बहुत सालों से बंद हो चुका है वो। फिर फॉर्चुनेटली मेरा मित्र जो उस टाइम डायरेक्टर था नेशनल स्कूल ड्रामा का, वामन केंद्रे, उन्होंने नेशनल स्कूल ड्रामा का एक भारत रंग महोत्सव फेस्टिवल होता है, उसमें उन्होंने फोक ट्रेडिशंस के परफॉर्मेंस रखे थे। तो वहाँ हमारे स्टूडेंट्स गए और वहाँ परफॉर्म किया, और उसके बाद यानी देख के आए उन्होंने परफॉर्मेंस, फिर उन्होंने डांस की उसमें, और वो डांस स्टेज किया और उसको बहुत बड़ी खेली भी। उसका तो वीडियो भी होगा, मैं आप लोग शेयर करने का तो बहुत कुछ है, मुझे याद नहीं रहता है, आपको मैं बहुत कुछ शेयर करना है। हमारा जो चैनल है द स्टेज बस थिएटर परफॉर्मेंस, उसका लिंक मैं आपको भेजूंगा, तो उसमें जाके आप देखना, बहुत सारे एग्जाम, बहुत सी फिल्म में जो हमारे स्टूडेंट ने बनाए। ठीक है, नो एनीबडी वांट टू गिव अ फीडबैक ऑन व्हाट वी शॉट टुडे? आयशानी, आप कहोगे कुछ?
I don't know what exactly to say, sir. I think everything was pretty much.
मैंने कहा just give any feedback if you want to give. I'm just taking a random, मैं आपको खास नहीं पकड़ रहा हूँ, मेरे को जो नाम सामने दिखा मैंने बुला लिया।
I think in today's class, if you think about all the methods that we learned, it would be helpful not only in acting classes, but I think in real life also, because it would tell like this, the whole physical acting thing also kind of tells us ki our actions can portray a lot of emotions. So we need to be mindful of all our actions and everything. So that's something that I picked up today.
So all of you have something to say, even when it looks कि सब हो चुका है। आपने शुरू में जब मुझे बोलना शुरू किया था सब हो चुका है, लेकिन जब बोलने लगे तो आपने realize किया there is so much more to it than you can do, right?
Yes, sir, kind of. I didn't think it was like something that would stand out that much, but yeah.
Nitin Yadav, you said that you are from a visual background. आप लोगों ने, आपके वहाँ फोक परफॉर्मेंस होते थे?
मतलब सर सर्कस होते थे जब मैं छोटा था, तो बंद हो गया सब कुछ।
सर्कस देखी हुई है आपने?
यस सर।
बाकी वो फोक आर्टिस्ट नहीं है। आप कौन से विलेज से हो?
सर मैं तो नजफगढ़ के पास है एक विलेज, उधर उधर से हूँ।
अच्छा, वो तो फिर भी दिल्ली के नजदीक है।
हाँ दिल्ली में है सर वो।
सर दिल्ली के नजदीक में, दिल्ली में।
अब कोई भी बहुत सारे गांव जो अब बचे नहीं, सब दिल्ली में आ गए।
सर आउटर दिल्ली में है थोड़े बहुत गाँव बस।
गांव है वो भी धीरे धीरे शहर में बनते जा रहे हैं।
सर अब तो मम्मी पापा भी वो कहते हैं तू करके बात मत करा कर, ये मत करा कर, वो मत करा कर। अब तो सब चेंज हो गया।
मुझे आपको मैं बताऊं, मुझे अपने बचपन में बहुत सुनते थे ये तू करके, जो हमारे वर्किंग क्लास के लोग होते थे। मुझे अभी बहुत मीठा लगता है, क्योंकि उसमें एक तरह का प्यार है उसमें। वो नहीं है कि आप तुम, ये सब हम लोगों ने जब पूरे डिस्कशन क्रिएट कर दिया, आप तुम वगैरह वगैरह। तो ये तू, आप जो कह रहे हो मुझे बहुत ही अच्छा लग रहा है कि आप अभी आपके मुंह से निकल जाता है तू करके, बिकॉज वो आपका कल्चरल चीज है। इट्स गॉट नथिंग टू डू विथ यू, इट हैज टू डू विथ द कल्चर फ्रॉम वेयर यू कम, फ्रॉम वेयर यू बिलोंग, राइट?
यस सर।
Dishant, you want to say something?
नो सर, लेट्स गो। हाँ सर, एक बात कहें, जैसे फोक फोक का आप कह रहे थे ना सर, फोक डांस तो नहीं है लेकिन फोक सॉन्ग्स वगैरह अभी भी कॉमन है गाँव में।
है अभी?
यस सर।
आप एक काम करो, रिकॉर्ड करके ले आओ।
ठीक है
अभी
सर, आपको
उसकी है
भेजता हूँ
तो
मैं।
रिकॉर्डिंग?
यस सर, मम्मी को आते हैं, मैं रिकॉर्डिंग करवा के आपके लिए भेज दूंगा।
आपको गाना आता है वो?
आग से गवा देते हैं ना।
तो मेरे को नहीं आता। मेरे को नहीं आता।
क्या आपकी आवाज कट रही है? क्या कह रहे हो
सर
नमन?
मैं कह रहा हूँ मेरे को नहीं आता है। नमन कह रहा है निशान से गवा देते हैं।
अच्छा,
लाइक सर शादी वगैरह होती है या कोई भी फंक्शन होता है ना, तो उसमें मोस्टली गीत वगैरह होते हैं, सत्संग होते हैं, उसमें वो गाते हैं।
आपको एक मैं बात कहूंगा कि इसको आप रिकॉर्ड करके रखो, क्योंकि बाद में चीज सुनने को नहीं मिलने वाला।
यस सर,
आप जब
बिल्कुल
गांव
सर।
जाते हो उसको बिल्कुल रिकॉर्ड करो।
सर गाँव में ही रहता हूँ सर मैं।
हाँ, तो आप रिकॉर्ड करो, अभी से करना शुरू करो जब भी कोई ऐसा परफॉर्मेंस
ओके सर।
ये
यस सर।
आप उसको कहीं सोशल मीडिया में डालो, कहीं पे भी डालो। It will be a valuable possession. I am telling you this. Okay. And
Yes,
once
sir.
you make some recordings, please share them with me. You can join me on
Okay.
Facebook and share them.
Okay, sir. Sure, sir.
Okay. Anybody else wants to say anything? Okay. So should we